demonstration will illustrate how to automate result probes as responses, particularly with respect to HEEDS design space exploration. Emphasis is placed on a model update command called update for external change. This is found in the menus of Simcenter 3D and NX. Our example model comes from our SimRod vehicle, and we focus on the lower control arm, where we want to optimize the control arm with respect to linear statics and modal requirements. Here's the definition of our optimization. We start off with a design objective in which we want to minimize the component mass. We have design variables that modify CAD features via expressions. And we have performance constraints that measure results via result probes in the Simcenter 3D model. These performance constraints are with respect to displacement, stress, and modal frequency output. And our intent is to run through a sweep of the design space, extract the performance evaluations from each of those iterations, and then make optimization decisions within the HEEDS product to identify an optimum solution that meets our requirements. As a reminder, we have Simcenter 3D tips and tricks videos on YouTube. Two in particular relate to this topic. The first is a video describing how to create expressions from a result probe. And the second video, which we see on the screen, shows how to update expressions from an updated result probe results. And this is going to be the focus of this discussion on how to extend that update behavior into an automated kind of way. So now let's go into Simcenter 3D to show our model. We have result probes, max mag and safety factor, along with this mode 1 frequency. These are used to generate expressions. And here we see these expressions calling the result probes, and once we would solve this model, evaluate our expressions via this update for external change command, we would see the actual values populated from the results in the expressions themselves. So we want to use this command, update for external change. We want to use that in an automated way within the HEEDS environment so that we don't have to execute this command interactively, but we'll do it through a journal. So one thing that you can do when working with journals is record your steps within Simcenter 3D. So I'll share that now. When I record these steps, we get a reminder saying some Simcenter 3D commands are not recorded. Therefore, they may not exist, and you may not get the same replay from the journal as you do from an interactive Simcenter 3D session. So I'm going to say OK to that and OK to those. And then where we see the green dots, those are commands that are supported by journal recording. So I go to my command, tools, update for external change, and I see that unfortunately this command is not recorded in our journal process. So this isn't going to work for us. So I can effectively stop the recording, and it's of no value for me because that command is not supported by the recording. However, that's not all. We can also take a look at the online help for the Python reference guide or any of the other languages supported by NXOpen, and I can search for update. And when I search for update, I get a list of commands that start with that string, and I continue on and say update for, and that's going to find additional commands, and in particular we get our update for external change command. So it's good to know that our command that we need is supported by the NXOpen API. You see the command here in terms of its definition, and it's been available since version 1953, so around the 2022 timeframe. So let's take a look at how this was implemented within a journal. This journal will do two basic steps. The first step it does is in a simulation that is going to be used by HEEDS, it will loop through all of the solutions and load all of the results related to those solutions. And it's loading those results with this command, result manager create result reference. Once all of the results are loaded, we then execute our command to update for external change, and those will update our expressions based on our result probes. So next we'll take a look at this model in the context of HEEDS. So now that we are in HEEDS, we can look at our process and tags for variables and responses. And so we see here that our process is just a simple Simcenter 3D execution and nothing else. If I look at that, I can see that our inputs include the sim file, the fem, and the part file. And then we also added our Python script as part of the input and our process. In terms of the outputs, we have the sim file and then the resulting Nastran OP2 files that will be used as output and evaluation of responses. The Simcenter 3D portal will show that we are going to solve both solutions that are in the sim file, so the static solution and the modal solution. We're going to solve them. You can choose to solve or not solve them. And then we also have a journal files mapping step. So our journal file, this HEEDS update external change journal, we're going to run that journal after running our solutions. So you can see here all the steps where you can input a journal in the process supported by HEEDS and the Simcenter 3D portal. So we're going to do that after running both our linear statics and modal solutions. That will force the update of our result probes and expressions from those result probes. And the next step we want to look at is the tagging. So first, we look at tagging with respect to our inputs and our CAD expressions. We see user-defined expressions. All of these can be used to tag a variable, and then we can define a range or discrete values for those variables. In this model, I've got three CAD expressions: arm extension, cutout inset, and rib center height as design variables. If we look at our outputs, so set the output to the sim file output, we see that we can get into our CAE expressions, and in particular, some user-defined expressions. And these are the expressions that I had already defined and shown in the sim file. So we've already tagged those as responses, and they're all listed here. In addition, we've also got a body mass. So that was a CAD expression coming from our part file. And it's a measurement feature that generates that expression. So then we go to the study. And our study is going to be an evaluation only process. So we can do different optimizations. We choose to do this evaluate only approach just as part of the demonstration. And here I've got 3 iterations that I'm going to run. I've modified the design variables from minimum values to maximum values. So using the same approach for all 3 of those. And then we will run our study, get results, and I'm going to stop the recording at this point and come back with results. Our evaluation is now complete. We've successfully solved 3 of our steps, and you can see in our tabular data a listing of the minimum value of our design variables and responses. So for example, we see rib center height with a minimum value of 6 and maximum value of 15, and then a plot of the values at each iteration that we've solved at. We can also take a look at this from the context of our mode 1 frequency response. We can go into post-processing and just quickly show some images that were captured. So here we're looking at let's see, this is going to be iteration number 1 and the displacement results from our linear static solution. We step through to iteration number 2 and iteration number 3, and these results were captured from snapshots defined in our Simcenter 3D model. We can look at our design table, and our design table is we're going to want to show all of our designs. So we have a listing of our responses. For example, the mass we can see decreased at every iteration. We have our displacement responses, and then we also have our stress-based responses as our safety factors. And then finally, we have our modal frequency response. And then, for example, that third iteration has a value of 370 hertz. And then we finish here with our design variable listings, where we've started from the minimum value and extended to that variable's maximum value. So next, I want to finish by opening up Design 3's iteration inside of Simcenter 3D. So I have that loaded already. We have a post-processing display. That image was captured from a snapshot. This snapshot in particular was used to generate that image from within HEEDS. And then we also have our result probes that were already captured and saved as part of the HEEDS process as our expressions. So we can see here that the mode 1 frequency value here is 370 hertz, and indeed that matches the output listed in HEEDS as well, 370.3 hertz as well. So here I'm just going to conclude and say that we were able to access our result probe data defined in Simcenter 3D, store that as an expression, and then access that information as a response via an expression inside of HEEDS. But we did have to do our one step where we needed to run our journal to update our expressions from our result probes. And Siemens Development is looking to make that more out of the box with respect to the Simcenter 3D portal in HEEDS.